Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the LTL True Crime Podcast. I am Brian, and it is November 29th, 2023, and we're going to hang out on this Wednesday evening and talk Chelsea Grimm. All right, I'm not going to waste too much of everybody's time. I want to get right into the show because sometimes I seem to talk too long and people get aggravated, but I digress on that one. So let's get into the first order of business tonight. I want to make sure that I give everybody an update as to the supplemental reports in Chelsea's case. So Carrie and I were talking today, and the supplemental reports from Coconino Sheriff Department, they found two. So there are two supplemental reports. Carrie got notice of that today. It is processing, and I am just waiting for that to come. They're going to send that to me via snail mail. So it's going to take a little while. These things take time. It doesn't happen overnight. And if you saw today, I made a video about the FBI, the Department of Justice FBI request for Anthony Farah. That took a while to get that, just even get that letter in writing. And, that was a couple of weeks. So these things take time. It's just the way the system works, unfortunately. So we have to wait it out, but they are processing. Also, we did another inquiry to Phoenix. I feel like there is a lot of information in Phoenix that we possibly could have in this case. That is via the website that Carrie checked today, their website, still processing. So she has been following up. She's been bugging the shit out of them. And, we're waiting. We're just as antsy as everybody else. There's not going to be any supplement reports tonight. I just want to be fair and upfront with everybody about that right away. But tonight, when we go through the case file, I have decided to unredact some information and put more information out there this evening that I think can be pertinent to this case. We haven't heard anything. I think the last mainstream report on Chelsea's case was the News Nation case, probably now almost 2 weeks ago. And they got information wrong in that case. I was upset by that, really upset by it. And I've actually been upset by a lot of things lately. I became the hero a few weeks ago for talking about this, getting the case file information that is available through the Freedom of Information Act. It is public. You can obtain it. I got the case file. I got the body cam footage. I wanted to put that out there to help. And all of a sudden, I've become the most hated person talking about this case. I've been basically, I wouldn't say banished, but I got berated in the Facebook groups. I got berated in the Chelsea Grimm friends chat. So I decided to leave both of those. I had a dust up with one of the moderators, and he came at me, and basically I told him that I didn't approve of some of the material that was being put on that page of how healthy is this going to be to the investigation. And one of them was a spirit box video. Now, how is that going to help in this investigation? And knowing that family members are approved to be in that group, Chelsea's sister Sarah is in that group. How would you feel if you saw that stuff? And we had a back and forth about it. And I said, you know what? This is becoming a bunch of bullshit. So I left. The group chat that I was in, I had a dust up with one of the guys in there. Said that I was doing this all for clout and clicks and views, and he doesn't want to be part of it. But 3 weeks prior to that, it was all about, hey, thanks so much for looking into this and the videos. But here's the problem I have with that. And I'm gonna be very transparent with everybody tonight. I don't think that there is any question about this. Yes, my channel is monetized. Yes, I do make money on YouTube. Yes, I do make money when I put videos out. Yes, I do make money when I talk about cases. But let's throw the but in there. News Nation, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, when they put material out on their news organizations, do you not think that they are backed by billion-dollar advertising? Of course they are. Of course they are. Do you not think that the anchors that cover these cases make a salary and make money? Of course they do. See, this is the problem that I have with people that don't understand independent media. Someone like myself that can take a vested interest into a case, have multiple days to look through it, put it out there for everybody to see, be transparent about it, not spin a narrative, try to control the narrative by putting good relevant information out there, which mainstream media, we all know, they love to spin narratives. That is their, that is their claim to fame. Let's spin the narrative so we can get people over here watching. Prime example of this was a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, when News Nation did the 20-minute spot on Chelsea Grimm's case. They said 2 days into the trip, when she was in Arizona, she met with her sister. That's a fucking lie. That's not true. That's misinformation. They don't get any shit, but the independent media source that wants to put their heart and soul into this case and make sure that the proper information is put out there, other than these conspiratorial Facebook groups that put garbage out there, and all these other groups that put garbage out there, Twitter, all X, whatever you want to call it. I've been trying to make this case clear across the board because I didn't want to turn it into another Idaho case where people are going to speculate, they're going to make a bunch of bullshit up. And I'm telling you, I'm going to clear a lot of stuff up tonight because I've unredacted portions of this document. And anyway, I just want to let everybody know, if you're interested in seeing the complete, full, unredacted document, you can file for it under the Freedom of Information Act. You can do that and get it, and you can look at it. It is public. It is public and is it out there. So what I'm doing is not a crime. So I want to make sure that everybody's very clear about that. So that being said, I'm going to make this very clear to everybody too. If you want to watch my videos and you don't want my help anymore and you want to criticize me, I'm telling everybody right now, no one will be allowed to use any of my Chelsea Grimm videos again. It's over. It's done. I don't want to see it posted. And believe me, I have people that are in those groups, and I have people that can look across YouTube and let me know. If I find out people are using my material, I'm saying it right now, you don't want my help, it's done. I don't want you posting my content. If it's on YouTube, I'm going to copyright strike you. I'm done. If I find out it's in a Facebook group, I'm going to have it removed. If you want to talk about me and you don't want my help, but you want to talk about me, it's perfectly fine. Have it in your own discussion. Don't post my videos. I don't want your help anymore. Don't post my videos. Because a couple of weeks ago, I was the hero and now I'm the jerk. So I'm done with that. No one posts my videos anymore. I'm putting it out there right now to the public. Do not post my videos on Chelsea Grimm. I'm done. I don't want to see it. If I hear about it, I'm going to have it removed. It's done. I don't want someone emailing me and asking me permission anymore. I don't want people hitting me on Twitter. I don't want it anymore. If you want to see Chelsea Grimm material, you can come here to LTL True Crime Podcast, where I'm going to keep things straight in this case. I'm not going to deviate. I'm not going to talk about conspiracy. I'm telling you, I'm going to clear a lot of things up tonight. And I think ease the pressure off some people. So, all right, let me pull up the case file and we'll start reading through it. And I've highlighted some areas of importance. I think some areas of things that people want to talk about, and we'll go through that. Let me just highlight this, enlarge this here so we can see it. And I just want to do this. I want to recognize this new member. Micro, thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel. I do appreciate it. I appreciate the support. And welcome to the group. Thank you. All right, let me pull up the report here, and we will start to go through it. Again, I'm not going to read the entire thing. I just highlighted some spots that I think are of interest, and I want to make sure that we get things straight here. So let me do this. Widen this up. Hopefully everybody can see it. I'm going to probably go a little bit wider here. Oh, 400 is too much. All right. So what we got here is reported as a missing persons case. And the last time this report was updated was 10/13, 2023, status date. And we will go down. If my computer is going to lag, we'll just wait. We'll just wait for you. Read the file. You got that, computer? Okay, computer. Great album, by the way. So here you get your first reported sighting. Parents reported Chelsea missing on 10/4/23, 10/5/23 at approximately 19:56 hours. The parents called into the report that she came across. I'm sorry, a witness called. I'm rattled today. I'm really, really rattled right now. I'm so rattled right now. I'm gonna do this so I don't be looking up all night. Let's do this. Much easier. I'm just not going to be able to see the chat. Let's see here. So a witness called in to report that they came across the vehicle on Forest Service Road 6 earlier in the day and observed the vehicle here on Tuesday, 10/3/2023. So that was the first reported sighting. So you had the first police interaction with Chelsea's SUV at approximately 2300 hours on 10/5/2023. Arrived on Forest State Road 6 and contacted a vehicle matching the description provided. I did not observe any tracks leading the way from the vehicle or indications of where the driver could have gone. I attempted to open the vehicle, but it was secured. I investigated, and this was from Sergeant Greger. I investigated the vehicle and observed multiple packed bags and luggage in the back seat and the trunk. I observed a burgundy purse in the front seat and 2 jackets, a leather jacket folded on one of the seats, a fabric sweater on the floorboard. Within the cup holder, I observed a water pipe for smoking marijuana, more commonly known as a bong. I walked around the vehicle and I observed that both right side tires were blown out, multiple minor scratches on the vehicle, and tree branches embedded in the vehicle's hood and front bumper. I canvassed the surrounding area with my flashlight, did not observe anyone or any signs of anyone out there. That was the condition of the SUV, and that was the first body cam video that I had posted after the cemetery video. All right, so you have the search and rescue efforts here. We've gone through that. We understand that. So now the case has been referred to at this point as a criminal investigation that's running parallel to a search and rescue or missing persons case. That's why I still think there's a lot of information out of Phoenix. I think there is still a lot of information out of Phoenix, and I'm praying it goes through and that we get it. And I think it will clear up a lot of the stuff that's not in this report or in those supplement reports. So on 10/6/23 at approximately 000 hours, Sergeant Greg notified me of this incident. I requested to notify the on-call search and rescue coordinator to arrange a response to Grimm's vehicle during daylight hours and advised Detective Luna would assist with the missing persons investigation. So then you had the second interaction here with Chelsea's SUV at approximately 700 hours. I responded to the area of Grimm's vehicle, arriving at 733 hours. Once on scene, I photographed the vehicle and the surrounding. The vehicle was stopped in the middle of SF6 at the listed coordinates. All doors were locked. I observed significant damage to the passenger side of the vehicle to include 2 blown out tires and what appeared to be damage causing by impacts with trees. This damage was photographed. And obviously, we've seen those photos. I've released them here on LTL. Conditions of the SUV. A subsequent search of the vehicle by me, Lieutenant Stang and Sergeant Dick, revealed numerous bags of clothing and personal items. These included a purse, a laptop computer and case, an iPhone, a camera in case, a small backpack, journals, and a small case containing numerous receipts. These listed items were seized to aid in the investigation, and I later turned them over to Detective Luna at CCSO. All remaining personal items were returned to the vehicle and secured inside. It should be noted the keys to the vehicle ID for Grimm and debit cards were not located on scene. It should be noted a tent was located inside the vehicle. Once the vehicle was removed from the scene, I asked Deputy McCabe contact all the hotels in Williams, Arizona to see if Grimm had recently checked in. I requested Detective Luna to do the same in Ashfork. So you have the enclosures for the vehicle removal report and the deposition, obviously refer to the first original file. The thing that's interesting here is this. A laptop computer in case, an iPhone. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I was redacting earlier. So it was a phone found in the car. And as we're going to find out, Chelsea had 2 phones. That's what PJ said. It's very interesting. So we'll go on here. Yeah, an eyewitness report. Blank reported she and her husband had contact with Grimm on the night of the 28th. Resides at the last residence on County Club Road before the burn turns into FS 124 and continues west. Blank said that on 9/28 at 2300 hours, Grimm 3200 hours, Grimm's white Ford drove onto her property off the driveway into a drainage area. She said that her husband then contacted Grimm on the property. At that time, she smelled of marijuana. The smell of marijuana was present in the vehicle, but Grimm did not appear to be under the influence and was apologetic for driving on the property. It's so weird. It's very strange that every time, like when she got questioned by the officer in the cemetery, he's like, "Hey, it smells like you've been smoking marijuana." But he said even on his report that she didn't seem that she was like messed up. The same thing with these eyewitnesses too. They said they could smell marijuana, but it didn't seem like she was like out of it. It's very strange. Grimm told that she had been trying to get to Humphreys, unknown what Humphreys Peak, if it was on Humphreys Peak or Humphrey Street in Flagstaff. Blank said her husband was able to direct Grimm to drive out of the ditch, and they provided her with a direction back into Williams in Flagstaff. Grimm then drove to the end of the driveway, sat there for a few minutes, and then turned west onto FS 124 in the opposite direction Blank told her to travel. Let me just recognize this. Let's see here. How am I going to do this without messing this up? So Hazel says, I always had second phones, a burner phone. Burner phone had all the important shit. Had to. I'm not like that now, but I did, and then totally can relate. Interesting. I've never had a second phone. I've never had a burner phone. I've never done that. I have a second phone number, but it's on my phone, and that's just my business line. So I don't want people calling like my actual line. So let's see here. We'll bring this back up. So they said that the vehicle had, at that point, no visible damage at that time, and further advised she had taken a short video of the vehicle as it drove on her property. I want to see that video. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try to reach out to these people and see if I can obtain the video. She later provided me with this video, which has been downloaded into the criminal investigation drive. She said she recognized Grimm from the Coconino Sheriff's Office media releases and contacted the office to provide this information. So Micro says, it's kind of hard to do. Micro says that I've had multiple phones when I was in active addiction and living in my Pathfinder. Geez, that's crazy. Sorry that you went through that. Hopefully everything is much better now. Okay, so let's go back to the file here. Oh man, my computer's going slow tonight. Struggling tonight. Another eyewitness report. This is not really one I wanted to get into. I have much more that I wanted to talk about. This was the audio call. This is strange. This is the restaurant in Phoenix that I actually ended up getting in touch with the owner a couple of weeks ago. Had a 15-minute conversation. Super, super nice person. And I told her, hey, I have the police report. I did not, put your business name out there because I didn't want to do that to you. And would you ever, she told me, oh, it ended up being the wrong person. It was a false sighting. That person actually ended up coming back. And I was telling her about it. And they were like, oh my God. And so I actually reached out to her and I said, hey, would you ever want to come on and just call in and tell your interactions? Absolutely. We would love to do it. Get in touch with me. I'll come on. I've emailed them quite a few times. I've texted them quite a few times and just nothing. No return call, nothing. So, again, I'm not going to continue to bother people. If they don't want to come on, then that's their business. So this was the restaurant sighting. With that business, they go on to talk about who this person might have been. And then ultimately they found out a couple of weeks later, the two females returned and it was not Chelsea. So I don't know, still weird to me, still a little questionable, as you see it in the report multiple times that they do follow up on a lot. And it actually said, I think in the last posting about this, is to still an open and active case, this part of the case, which is interesting to me. So we'll continue here. Yes, Kimmy, congratulations on your recovery. So the search and rescue details, obviously we know that. We've been through this multiple times. There's just a lot of things that I went through and highlighted and unredacted that I wanted to talk about tonight. So the officer observation on Chelsea's, around Chelsea's SUV at approximately 10:00 hours, I traveled to the unnamed road. Coordinates provided to me from blank. As I searched the area along the unnamed road in the coordinates, I observed an Under Armour shirt tag in the roadway. I also located the clothing matching blank's description hanging from the tree and the coordinates he provided. I also observed multiple tracks and a set of tires consistent with the width of a Ford Escape and tire width tread consistent with a passenger vehicle. I also contacted blank at his utility terrain vehicle, UTV. I don't know why they just didn't even say that, as he was returning to his camp from a hunting spot. I advised the observation the hung clothing on 10/6/23, and after observing Ranger 58 in that area, I contacted 911 due to the clothing appearing to be out of place. Blank further stated that he did not see any other signs of recent human activity. As I photographed potential footprints in the area, Blank contacted me stating that he believed the prints belonged to him and or his hunting companion. When Blank displayed the tread on his hunting boots, I observed it to match most prominently displayed footprints in that area. Blank further advised he did not observe any signs of travel further east on the unnamed, unidentified road or in the surrounding area. When I asked him if he was out hunting, his hunting companion wore Under Armour brand hunting shirts. He advised his hunting companion Sal wore Under Armour hunting apparel. This concluded my interview with blank, and please refer to my body-worn camera, which we've seen that here, footage at evidence.com under the report number. Under this report number and the further details, my interview with him, the hunter, and we've seen that footage. So the drone SUR search and rescue, we've gone over that. Yeah, it was now again, we're back in Phoenix. We're still trying to get information there. They searched and canvassed the area around that area at another business to try to locate camera footage from there. And unfortunately, there was nothing there on that camera footage, as we find out in the report as it goes on. Just asking everybody here, 93 people in the chat. If you just smash that like button as you come in, I really, really would appreciate it. Okay, so this is interesting. More of the follow-up in Phoenix. And it says this, and I highlighted this, interview was recorded and the recordings have been downloaded to the Criminal Investigation shared drive. The following is a synopsis of the interview. The recording should be consulted directly for further information. And again, they're just going to go through the formality of what happened that day in Phoenix. They talked about, paying with a credit card. Come to find out, says this business owner, that it was not, it wasn't Chelsea. I find it interesting. It says these images have been downloaded to Criminal Investigation shared drive. And that's why I still think that there are supplement reports in Phoenix that are very important to this case. And I'm trying to get my hands on it. Carrie and I have been searching feverishly. And here it just even says at the end of this report, case open, referred to supplement reports completed by Detective Luna for further information. So there are other reports to this specific incident. I'm just, like I said, very curious to see what the end result of that is. I mean, for some reason, I don't know what it is, but I still continue to kind of hold on to that there may possibly be something to it, but I don't know. I'm leaning in different directions now because it's been so long, and I'm going to give you kind of my final thought tonight as to like what I'm thinking at this point. So, but again, I just wanted to go through and show some of the unredacted and talked about some more information and give some more things that I think that can come out now, because there have been other people on these platforms that have been publicly vocal, and I want to get it out there. And by the way, and I just want to back up a little bit, is talking about the Facebook groups. Chelsea Grimm's sister, Sarah, was in one of those groups that I was in and actually was thumbing up the posts that I was doing. So she approved of what I was doing. That is a family member. That's her sister that was approving what I was doing. So again, like I said, I became the most loved person at first, and then all of a sudden from the internet, I became the most hated person. So, and frankly, I really don't give a shit. I'm doing this to make sure that things stay straight in this case, because certainly the mainstream media cannot get it straight. So we just go to the documents, we put it out there and look at it and say, this is what is the facts. And then you can take it and put it on whatever spreadsheet you want to do it and timeline it all out and come up with your theory. That's why I'm doing this. Yeah, Wheels, we're going to talk a little bit about that. I see your chat. So this was the preservation request for Instagram account. We've talked about that. We had some more reported tips that came in. This was the Dunkin' Donuts in Mesa. Again, this interview was recorded and had been downloaded in Criminal Investigation Drive. The following synopsis: the interview and recording should be consulted directly with further information. That we didn't have privy to because it's part of a criminal investigation. And I think criminal files, because if it's not solved or it's not closed, I don't think you're going to get access to that information. And by the way, I know I got kind of killed today on my Anthony Farah FBI video, but the reason that I inquired to the FBI, because we know that Anthony was arrested by the FBI. The reason that I inquired, again, through the Freedom of Information Act, is to see if there was any information we could get. Sometimes, and I want to make this clear to everybody, sometimes in these cases, clerks make mistakes and they send things out. Or there could have been some body cam footage that slipped through and got to us. That's why I inquired. I didn't think I was going to get the case file, but I think it was so cool that we got a response. We got a response from the FBI and said, we consider this matter to be closed. And we're not saying that we have any information, and we're not saying that we don't have any information. So that was the point of doing that. I realized that. Man, I was getting killed in the comments today for that. And maybe I should have explained that in the video. Sometimes we're not perfect as creators. Sometimes we don't think of things as creators. We have a one-track mind when we want to get a video done, and you forget details sometimes. So going further, I will make sure to explain better. So anyway, this was the Mesa incident. We know about that. I'm trying to get to the bottom of where the stuff that I really want to get into. The evidence collection, the SUV. Here's the crime scene investigator and evidence technician, R. John, came out 10/18/23 at approximately 200 hours. Was requested by Detective Sergeant Mikowski to collect touch swabs and locate latent prints for a vehicle being held at Murphy's Towing in Ashfork, Arizona. At approximately 9:06 hours, I arrived at Murphy's Towing. Me and my awesome I'm not going to show Chelsea's plate, but I requested to view the 2019 Ford EconoSport with the licensed California license plate. Once the vehicle was located, I began my observation, took photos, and collected evidence. Each swab was collected with a sterile equipment and sterile water. These items were then secured in my department-issued vehicle at approximately 10:35 hours. I departed the scene en route to the Coconino Sheriff's Office. Once I arrived, all items of evidence were secured and booked onto the property in the evidence room, and the evidence was assigned numbers. Item 3, fingerprint card lifted from rear view mirror, seat belt, front door handle, emergency brake, gear shift, engine start button, and volume button. Want to hear something very weird? What number is that starting on? What number is that starting on? It's starting on 3. I noticed that today. And this is why I want to go back over this again. And that's why I wanted to look at it again, because sometimes you miss things. So what's item 1 and item 2? It's not redacted by the police department, but where's 1 and 2? I don't know. Do they just start on 3? I mean, usually when I start things, I start on number 1 and I go to number 2 and I go to number 3. What the hell's that? And I mean, it's not a page break because there's page 25. Page 24 is right here. It's not anywhere up here. They don't talk about number 1, number 2, number 1 and number 2. No, because if it was redacted, and there is redacted information in here that was redacted by the police department, they would just like this. It's redacted like this. And it's not like it's not whited out. I didn't cut the page. You can see the page is not cut. I just found that weird. I don't know. I just found it really to be weird when I looked at it today. I'm not saying anybody's hiding anything, but it just looked weird to me. It is strange. So where's item 1 and 2? What was item 1 and 2? Was it when he was writing all this stuff out? Because here's the thing that I look at, and let's give some credit, maybe where credit is due. If you look at here, okay, it's fingerprint card lifted from rearview mirror, seat belt, front door handle, emergency brake. So it's like all this conglomerate of items that were put all under number 3. Maybe, and let's give a benefit for the doubt here, maybe he kind of lost the spot. I don't know. Maybe he just started thinking that he was on item 3 and lumped everything together. Or, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to come up with a theory here because there's so many items listed under 3. Maybe he fucked up and I don't know. It's odd. It's odd to me. It's very odd. So that was kind of weird. That stuck out to me today. Again, I'm not assuming or accusing anything, but there are a lot of things that are listed under number 3. So did he start number 1 and number 2 and the samples weren't good and he ditched the samples and I don't know, just said, shit, we'll just put them all under 3. I don't know. I don't know how that all works. Candy says he fell asleep and woke up writing number 3. Maybe. I don't know. But I'm not a crime scene collection investigator or technician. It'd be great to have someone come on and look at this and say, oh, this is probably what happened. I've been in that particular situation or something like that. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm not a crime scene investigator, but it is interesting. It's very, very interesting. All right, we'll go back here. So again, item 4, touch swab from top of rear view mirror. Item 5 was touch swab from front door handle. Item 6, touch swab from steering wheel. You got the page break. Goes into the scene was documented with a series of overall, medium, and close-up photographs taken from the department issued digital camera. A total of 39 photographs were taken. Photographs were uploaded to the case file on the criminal investigation shared drive. The photograph file was labeled and identified under the case number, and the photographs are available upon request. And then it says, bang, disposition, case referred to criminal investigation. Yeah, it could be. Mary's got a good point. Let's look at Mary's point. She says, maybe 1 and 2 account for personal belongings given to the evidence, like a mix of things they took from her car. Could be. Could be. You know, and again, let's give the benefit of the doubt. We don't know. So, Joby says, as a user of Microsoft Word, I've had this happen to me when I was numbering something in a paragraph above it. Okay, could be something like that too. Micro says, yeah, that's true. I've written papers regularly for classes, so that could be it too. Could be something in Word. Okay, let's pull this back up. Oh, my computer's going to struggle now. You know what it is? It's pulling it from the my external hard drive, and my external hard drive is a little old and it's slow, so it does this sometimes. Oh, don't even get me into the fucking spirit box stuff. I'll flip out. Luna reports. Again, investigation continued. We know all about these details. He went into different motels up in Ashfork. That was the area that he was supposed to be searching. He checked some behavioral medical centers and behavioral units, health units. Okay, so I wanted to get into the digital camera contents. During the search of Chelsea's vehicle, several personal items were removed. One was a digital camera. The SD card from the camera was downloaded to the case file based on the date stamps of the photos. Some photos were taken from several years ago. More recent date stamps began on 9/28 and appeared to have taken while Chelsea traveling only with her bearded dragon Roxy. Many of these photos appeared consistent with the general area of Williams and the surrounding forest service roads of the Kaibib National Forest. 2 photos were taken on 9/30, appearing to be the woodcutters who reported to Sergeant Dick they had contacted Chelsea on that date. The last photo taken on 9/30 appeared to be the view from the front of her vehicle on Forest Service Road 6, where it was located disabled. Among the other personal items retrieved from the vehicle was a to-do list, which was dated 9/27/23 and showed a list of 9 items. The list of items are listed below, and copy of the list was added to this report. 1, coffee, cig. 2, pack. 3, meditate. And then meditate was crossed out and it said read Bible. 4, pack car. 5, pay bill for motel. Interesting. Pay bill for motel. 6, makeup and hair. 7, start a plan, crossed out. 8, baptism, renew self in the Lord. 9, start a plan or paper. Then we have evidence here. A receipt was located during the search of Grimm's vehicle. This receipt was dated 9/28/23 at 16:08 hours. Employees at the blank advised that there's no video surveillance as they retained video footage for 72 hours. All right, more tips that came in. We heard about the Circle K at the Prescott Airport. That was the Dunkin' Donuts in Mesa. They searched a hotel in Sedona. That gun show sighting was wild as well. This one here, sighting report of Chelsea at a gun show in Las Vegas on 10/7. This event would be held at Las Vegas Speedway. Chelsea was possibly seen by a vendor who said she had beautiful eyes and a bearded dragon. No time could be provided of the sighting. It was reported during the encounter that the female was alone. At the time of writing this report, I had not received a phone call from Las Vegas Metro. Witness interviews. This is Chelsea's friend. I interviewed blank, who was identified as a friend to last see Chelsea in the Phoenix area. She was not with her sister. Let's clear that up. She did not meet with her sister. News Nation, you need to redact that. She didn't meet with her sister at any point during this trip. She met with a friend. Blank advised Chelsea to come to her home on the 25th of September. The two hung out and talked about random things. During the visit, Chelsea was alone and only accompanied by her bearded dragon. Blank, and she said she was going to travel around for a bit before returning home. Here's a piece of information that I've unredacted. They had plans to meet on the 26th for brunch. However, prior to the meeting, Chelsea contacted her and seemed paranoid, saying she was escaping a domestic dispute and her ex-boyfriend could track her using her GPS. We talk about the hotel check-in. So this is new information that I've let out. But I'm going to talk a little bit about this later. Okay? We had the hotel check-in. We know about the anxiety issues. Some more information that I've put out. I contacted blank on 10/17 and reporting hunting in the area where Chelsea went missing. Was hunting the area with blank with his wife. The week of 9/25 through 9/29, he advised he was driving on Forest Service Road 124. And this is the thing that everybody pulls from this Hindu male. At approximately 611 hours on 9/29, he passed a small white Ford SUV he believed to be Chelsea's. He stated he observed a Hindu male, and I'm just saying that because that's in the report. I don't mean any offense by that, but it is stated here in the report, sitting in the driver's seat who appeared to be on a cell phone. He also observed a white female he believed to be Chelsea walking towards an elk just south of the vehicle. So here's the thing. You have to look at this. And this is the word that everybody needs to take away from all of this. I know there's been many, and much conversation about this. Here's the word that you have. I think everybody takes this out of context when they read this because they think this is factual. Okay? Let's all stop and think for a second. And that's why I wanted to go back over this again. Here it is. He believed. He believed. He believed. Believed, not fact. He believed. It could have been. It could have been. Is it a possibility? Yes. Is it a possibility it wasn't her? Yes. He believed. Let me just get to this super chat. We got the 4444 from Ali Reza, said laying lower until Q1 2024. Life changes here. Keep up the hard work, and I'll catch your shows as I can. Little Ginger brother. Ali, thank you so much. I hope you had a happy holiday on Thanksgiving. I hope all your life changes are positive. I've seen you a little bit over on JJ's show. I know you recently were battling a head cold, probably the same thing I was. Hope you're feeling better. I really appreciate the donation. And you are definitely a brother from another mother. Always welcomed here. And I can't wait to see until you reemerge in Q1 of 2024. Hope everything is going well with you. And I think about you guys all the time over there on JJ's channel. I truly enjoy your company, and I truly have always said that you are amazing, genuine people. And I can't say enough nice things about all of you. So always welcome here. I love joking around with you guys and just having fun. So thank you. I appreciate that donation. Again, I hope everything is well. So I want to make sure that everybody understands that is clear. He believed. He believed. Again, you have to think this is a well-traveled area. There are many people that come in and out of that area. There's a lot of campers. There's a lot of people hunting that time of year. There's a lot of people sightseeing, doing photography. Again, could it have been Chelsea? Yes. Could it have not? Yes. I'll leave that up to you to all think what you think on that. So he stated the car appeared to be in good working order. They said and thought they were possibly hunters. Again, there you go. They possibly could have been hunters. This vehicle was approximately 20 feet off Forest Service Road 124 at approximately 8:30 on 9/29. He and his wife, Blank, were driving back down 124 road. They observed the vehicle in the same location, but both doors were open. He could not recall for sure, but believed the rear hatch was open also. He stated nothing stood out of strange, and they continued driving. I later contacted Blank, who was reported hunting in the area and camping on Forest Service Road 6A. He advised at approximately 1100 hours on 9:30 was driving on Forest Road 6 northbound, heading to his camp on 6A. He advised he noticed Chelsea's vehicle in the middle of the roadway. He went to the left of her vehicle and stopped. A single white female believed to be Chelsea opened the driver's door and apologized for blocking the roadway. He asked her if she needed any assistance. She advised that she had 2 flat tires and no gas. To me, this is a credible Chelsea Grimm sighting. He's recounting and saying she thinks she's out of gas. She has 2 flat tires. We know about that. She definitely had the 2 flat tires. To me, this seems like a more credible sighting. Again, I'm not shitting on the witness before that, but he said he believed. This is giving us a little more information in the statement. Said, hey, I have 2 flat tires, and I think I have no gas. He asked how he could assist her. She stated that she already called someone, which is strange. Maybe that was just to get him away. Kind of like she poo-pooed that cop. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, cool. All right. Like the way she was talking to him, it just didn't seem like she was interested and she's trying to get away from him as quick as possible. Leave me alone. Maybe she said that. Hey, I've already called someone. Don't worry about it. Someone's coming to pick me up. I'm good. When if you don't want help from someone, you want them to go away. What do? Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. I got someone on the way. And they would come to switch out her vehicle, and she didn't need any assistance. He described Chelsea as out of it during this encounter. Blank was traveling with Blank during this encounter. He described the female in his car wearing jean shorts and a crop top. He then continued driving. He believed no more 10 minutes later and turned around because they felt bad leaving a single female in the road. When they turned around, the car was in the same location but locked up. They did not see Chelsea anywhere on the roadway or surrounding area. They then looked in the car and noticed her purse and the bong were on the driver's seat. They went back to their camp and spent the night. During the night of the 30th, Blank advised it rained and lightning all night. On October 1st, he was again driving down Forest Service 6 and came across the vehicle. He exited the vehicle and noticed the car was secure and the bong had been moved, and he could no longer see the purse. This was the last interaction with the vehicle. It should be noted that during the encounter, he reported Chelsea was alone and did not appear to be in distress. Okay. Let's get into this part of the... I'm going to put out a lot of information here. And this is really what I wanted to get to tonight. So just give me 2 seconds. I need a drink of water here. I run out of water. I'm going to go grab some. I'll be right back. Sometimes when I talk a lot, I get very parched. All right. Let's do this. I'm going to go up here. I'm not going to be able to read that with my terrible eyes. Let me bring this down here. Let me bring this down here. Okay. The PJ interview. Now, I want to say something. And I want to make sure that everybody can understand me here. Okay. PJ, if you are watching, I'm going to make it very clear and put a lot of stuff to rest for you tonight. Okay. Because I think there's been a lot of speculation about you. I think there's been a lot of wrong speculation about you out there. And I think that we're going to clear up a lot of stuff. And these are your statements. These are your statements. And you're going to see something here that's going to clear some things up. And, I just want to make it very clear. My intention with PJ was to never, ever get him on to have him slip or catch him in something. I wanted to talk to him to find out what was life with Chelsea that 6 months up till she went missing. Tell me about that. What was life with Chelsea up to a week before she went missing? What was life with Chelsea a day or two before she went missing? And then I wanted to hear about the after effect. How did you find out? What did you do? That was my intention. I know you are not involved, and I'm going to show everybody tonight and make sure that that is clear. And the reason that I'm doing this is because you've come out now. You've been very, very public on Facebook. You've been messaging me, which is fine. I talk to you all the time. And I'm going to do this for you tonight to clear a lot of things up out there that I think people think that are wrong. So let's get to that. So Luna interview with PJ. On 10/11, I spoke with Philip PJ Brenner telephonically. Brenner advised the following. He referred to Chelsea as his fiance. He stated he found out that about her missing last night and nobody told him anything. PJ stated that he last talked to Chelsea when she was at a hotel the day she left for Connecticut. He believed the hotel was a Holiday or a Quality Inn. He did not recall the exact date they last spoke. That was odd. I have an empty water bottle. I went to go pick it up like it was full, like it had weight to it, but here it is right here. Excuse me. He wanted me to know her car is an Econosport. He thought it was strange that she wasn't wearing makeup like eyeliner that she always wears. He stated it was wrong that she was wearing she said she was wearing a mask. She never wears a mask. He wanted me to know her weight was also wrong and Chelsea was only 110 pounds. He stated he and Chelsea have been living together for the past 6.5 months. He said Chelsea left for Connecticut on the 4th of October. He said she was in Ocean Beach, California at the time. His motorcycle was impounded and he was stuck in Ocean Beach. He remembered last seeing Chelsea on October 2nd and every day prior, which his dates are fucked up here. And we'll talk about that. He said he and Chelsea had a minor argument because of issues we were having with a neighbor. He said Chelsea was scared of the neighbor and that he terrorized her. He said someone named Tommy told him, and Tommy was outside Chelsea's home. He said Tommy asked him to tell him about Chelsea and confronted him about her missing. He said Chelsea was sober for the last 200 plus days. PJ gave Tommy one of Chelsea's iPads and provided 2 possible cell phone passwords, one being, and those were redacted by the police department. I did not do that. So that is clear redaction there. He said it was a shared phone. When confronted about the date he saw her, PJ said he has all the dates on his phone, but his screen was broken. He stated he never left the state of California during the time frame Chelsea went missing. He has been homeless without a phone, and he said that he doesn't know the dates events occurred because of that. PJ asked if he could bring his cell phone to the San Diego Police Department. I advised him that this was a good idea. He then stated Chelsea had 2 cell phones, which is interesting because they found one in her car, if you go back and look, and one was only for Wi-Fi. PJ's statement regarding where Chelsea was when and were not consistent with other information gathered in this case to date. I'm going to clear a lot of things up for PJ right now. So if you're watching PJ, I'm going to clear a lot of things up that I think that you're getting attacked about, and it's not right. And I had this redacted, and I think that this should come out to clear a lot of this bullshit up. So on 10/17, I was contacted by a narcotics detective of South San Diego Police Department. I advised her of some concerning text message received from blank. She also provided me with information regarding a drug complaint they received on 8/9/2023 regarding drug sales at Chelsea's residence. She also provided me with a contact with their missing persons unit, which at the time of the writing of this report, I have not heard back from. She was able to confirm that blank and PJ were known to be in California at the time of Chelsea's disappearance. So you all can put PJ is involved in this and all this other shit to rest. He was in California at the time of Chelsea's disappearance. It's in writing. It's confirmed. And if there's any struggling with any types of substance and you have an issue, PJ, and you need help, reach out to me. I'll get some phone numbers for you if you want help. I don't know your situation. I'm not saying that you have any of these issues, but I'm just saying if you need any help, I'll get you some numbers of some people that you can call, and maybe you can start getting some help. So I'll put that out there. I don't know. I guess that's all I have to say about that. But I wanted to get that out there in the open. I think a lot of people were putting this on him. It's now cleared. It's out in the open. We know now. And That's it. So again, if you want some phone numbers of some people you can call to get some help, we can try to do that here at LTL for you. Okay, moving on. On 10/19, I received DNA samples collected from blank Grimm by the Greenwich Police Department. The samples were booked into the Coconino Sheriff Department evidence room. I later completed a NamUs entry for Chelsea Grimm. The known parental DNA samples will be provided to the Arizona State Lab for entry into CODIS. Timeline of the events as of 10/24/23. Chris, I'm going to tell you right now. I just read it. The narc unit was on him. They were observing him. They knew where he was. He was in San Diego. Did you just not see what I read? And I'll get to my final thought here pretty soon. Phone call with the mom. Female subject answered the phone and verbally identified herself as Mom. I explained to Mom that Chelsea's vehicle was located in northern Arizona, advised Chelsea to live in San Diego full. Danielle, I haven't even had a chance to look. I'll check at the end. I just want to get through this because it's a lot of reading. I do appreciate it. If you did send a coffee, thank you. And by the way, I just want to let everybody know what the Buy Me a Coffee is. It's a site like Patreon, and it supports creators. And you can go on there. You can do one-time donations, or I have monthly memberships on there as well. It's just another way to support here the LTL True Crime Podcast, and that is the link that you're seeing being dropped in the chat. So anyway, I just want to go on. It says Mom advised Chelsea leaves for San Diego full time, but it was in the process of driving to Connecticut for a family wedding on September 27th. Mom received a phone call from Chelsea, who advised she was in Phoenix area. Chelsea asked Mom if she would be willing to pay for her to attend Canyon Ranch Resort and Spa in Tucson. The retreat is known to help with mental health, wellness, and alleviating stress. Now, we know that Chelsea's done these before. If you go back and look at her Instagram profile, you see that she's been to these retreats before. So she's very familiar with Arizona. She's been there quite a few times. Mom told Chelsea she would not pay for her to attend the resort, requested Chelsea continues driving to Connecticut. Chelsea became angry with her family, would not pay her any attention, to attend the resort. Chelsea produced to block all of her friends and family phone numbers and social media correspondence. Chelsea even turned off her phone. Provided Chelsea's phone number blank. I attempted to call Chelsea several times, but her phone went straight to voicemail. Blank stated Chelsea has done this in the past and is usually resumes communication after a few days. Chelsea had never gone this long without communicating with friends and family. I redacted some information here that I just don't think should be up there. Chelsea never mentioned of being suicidal to Mom. Chelsea is not known to be in possession of firearms. She is not traveling with anyone, but is not known always to have been with the bearded, has always been to be with the bearded dragon named Roxy. Mom cannot provide any additional information about Chelsea. Mom does not know why Chelsea's vehicle was located in northern Arizona. Again, there's a lot of formality, just standard questions. During my interview with Mom, she seemed to be reluctant to provide detailed information about Chelsea when asked. Mom's information was vague, and her answers were questions were apparently short. This ultimately ended my conversation with Mom. And that's kind of how I felt. I just feel like there's no information being put out there about this case. Like, what is going on? Criminal investigation notification. I provided a briefing to Detective Miskowski regarding the case. Please refer to the criminal investigative report for further information. Excuse me. Again, some more information I want to get out. Again, more follow-ups, more talking about possible passwords to get into the laptop. My computer is going to search for the file. Come on, computer. It's like not that old. Again, following up with the business in Phoenix. More. Case remains active as of this report. The last what was the last date on here was 10:30. I don't think there's much more that I want to go over here. Okay, at 100 4,900 hours, determined that Chelsea's phone was an AT&T cell phone. I contacted AT&T to make an urgent request for call detail records and location information from 9:27 to 23 at 800 Mountain Standard Time to be the time of the request. I was advised that there were no current location information as the phone appeared to have been powered off for over 24 hours. The records that were emailed to me by AT&T showed the last transaction that had location information on 9/27/23 at 1540 Mountain Standard Time in the area of U60 and north of 203rd. At 5:05 hours, after reviewing the data, I called AT&T back to verify that 9/27/23 has been a date of the last transaction with location information, which AT&T confirmed. The AT&T record have been retained on the patrol shared drive under this report number. So that's the cell phone data information. More interviews with Chelsea's mom was more follow-ups. We've already looked at that. Essentially the same thing that we talked about. Oh, this was interesting too. Advised that Chelsea had recently broke up with a boyfriend of 5.5 years and stated the relationship was toxic. Shortly after the breakup on March 2023, she began dating a man identified as PJ Brenner, saying that Chelsea had recently kicked out PJ due to alcohol and drug use the week or two before she left for San Diego. Again, I'm going to put my hand out there. PJ, you need any help? Reach out. We'll get you some phone numbers. You can talk to some people. I asked about Chelsea's work, and she stated that she did not currently have a job. She stated that Chelsea had a degree in psychology and graduated degree clinical social work, but was unable to get the job in the field. Chelsea had been doing some odd jobs occasionally. Mom mentioned that Chelsea had been skittish around people in uniform, that she was a wild teen, and had some bad encounters with law enforcement. Mentioned that Chelsea might have a bearded dragon lizard with her. When asked about Mom thought Chelsea would do if her car became disabled. She stated that she thought Chelsea would try to figure things out on her own. She was not sure why Chelsea would drive down a dirt road, and she thought she might try to walk into a gas station. Stated that Chelsea knew that she had AAA roadside assistance and could call them. Search and rescue efforts again. I think that was really it that I wanted to go over again. The woodcutter interview, we've seen that body cam footage. I think this is going to be basically one of the mountain lion, which is strange. The dream footage, remember that? I saw her in a dream. And that's really it. It's really what I wanted to go through. The Love's gas station body cam, we've gone through and discussed that, but I wanted to get out some of that new information tonight. So, here's my thoughts. Here's my thoughts. Hang on one second. I just want to see something here. Daniel, thank you for the dono. I see it came through. Thank you so much. I think, and I believe, and I'm starting to believe now, learning more about this, learning more about her and looking over this file, once a week and kind of soaking in and taking in. I think Chelsea grappled with some mental health challenges and engaged possibly in some recreational activities that might have exacerbated, some of her struggles. And, despite all despite her goodness, I think that she got kind of entangled in life in some negative influences, meaning people. And I think it just made her very difficult to break free from that. um, I think she's a person that yearns for love and wants love and inspired to do great things. And from, where I'm understanding, I don't know much about her life prior to California, but that's where things kind of seem to fall off. The wheels started to kind of fall off there. And, I can't explain her circumstances for disappearing. I can't do it. I can't figure it out. And this case bothers me. But I think that I'm coming to the terms and starting to maybe realize that there were two possibilities in this, that Chelsea got out of that car and wandered off into the desert, and she either discovered a path to escape her troubles, or unfortunately, she didn't find a way out. And I don't believe that there was any type of abduction. So we can write that off. And I think that, her actions were with her choices and circumstances. And this may have been something that had been planned for a while. That's what I have the struggle with. But it's strange because it's just like someone is plucked out of existence, gone. But I will make this promise. I will not give up. I will continue to search. I will continue to try to talk to people. I will continue to try to get leads. Carrie and I will continue to work on legal stuff, legal documents, or any new body cam footage or anything that can help us get closer. The thing that scares me is that everything has been silent. The group I was in the Instagram group with the friends, for almost a week and a half to 2 weeks, that group was silent. There has been no new mainstream media accounts or anybody coming out and saying, hey, this scares me. Time is going by. And again, truly, if she is off the grid, I hope she's well. And I hope she's in a good spot. And I hope she's getting the help that she needs. Because it bothers me. It still bothers me. I wake up every single day thinking about this case. So I guess that's all I really have to say for this live. So it's a troublesome case. It's a bothersome case, and it bothers me, and it just I can't put my head around it. But it's like I lean on other things too. I lean on the hope. Was that really the sighting in Phoenix? Was she really there with someone? Are they covering up that they saw her? Now that would be lying to police. So I don't know. I go back and forth. It's interesting. Let me get to some of these chats. I'm sorry that I have not had the opportunity to look up. It's a lot of reading. So John says, I don't think it was foul play. I don't either, John. It sounds like she had some difficulty with her family, that she can only be troubling emotionally. We don't know that dramatic is specific. That dynamic is specific yet. Crime and Crochet says, my thoughts are the fact that the car was locked up would imply that she walked away from her vehicle on her own volition. Absolutely. As to why, only she knows that. And that's what I'm starting to, starting to think about that as well. Joby talking about the Circle K and the airport. Yep, we've been over that. That's a tip that came up in the report. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best. I'm trying to do my best. This is only my opinion. You don't have to believe in my opinion, but I'm going to open up the case file and give you my opinion because I don't want bullshit out there about this case. And believe me, there is a lot about it around there because people love to speculate and come up with a theory. And then when I come out, or people like me that put the case file out there or give factual information, they get pissed because you're debunking their conspiracy theory. They want to be all up in it when they think there's a crime, but when the facts are there and it's not looking like a crime, they don't want anything to do with it anymore. Or you're the son of a bitch that, pardon my French, fucking ruined it for everybody. The game that they want to play, this push-pull game. And I see it. And that's why I left all those groups. And I'm going to state it right now at the end of this stream. I don't want anybody in those groups posting my stuff anymore. If I find out you're posting, I'm going to take it down. I don't want anybody using any of my stuff on their live streams. You didn't want anything. You don't want anything to do. I'm the bastard now. Remember, because 3-4 weeks ago, I was the best friend. Oh, we rally around LTL. Now it's out there. No one, now I'm the son of a bitch and I'm doing this for clicks and views. Fuck yourself. I'm doing a lot more than you. Put it that way. You're sitting there on your leather ass playing keyboard warrior and going back and forth. So I'm done. I'm done with it. So don't post my stuff. I don't want it posted out there. Janet says, I don't rule out foul play. If she walked away from that car, she could have gotten into a vehicle with the wrong person. She could have gotten lost or some way something happened. Could be anything. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm not going to give up. I'm not giving up, JD Husk. You do it your way, Brian, and believe in the pathway you lay out. Forget about everyone else. Go your own way. Absolutely. It's my channel. I'll do whatever I want. I'll do whatever I want. Okay. I think that's going to be it for this live tonight. Don't everybody run away because I got a treat for you all. If you want to come hang out with us in about 20 minutes, I'm going to do on the second channel. We had some fun the other night where we can kind of relax, let our hair down a little bit and not be so serious. I have a live that's going to be over on the second channel and you're going to want to go check it out. So please, everybody head over to the second channel. We're going to have some fun there in about 20 minutes. It's kind of an after show for everybody. And I'm going to try to do that and pick up that channel over there. So click on the link above. Hope to see everybody over there. I don't want anybody sharing my stuff anymore. I'm done. I gave Daisy permission to do one. She's got like 3 videos out there. I'm done with it now. I don't want her posting my stuff anymore. I gave her permission. I thought she was going to do 1 video. She's doing like a series. I don't want it anymore. So thank you for reaching out. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything you've done with your content. I'm just saying right now, I don't want anybody posting my stuff or using it in their background for lives and stuff like that. You don't want anything to do with me. You're angry that I'm putting this stuff out there. Don't use my shit then. Okay. I'm done. So no, I'm not giving permission anymore. I'm done. So, are you going to be picking up cases? What cases are you talking about? Yeah, they weren't flat tires. They were blown out. She rode on those tires for quite a while. And no, we won't give up until Chelsea comes home. I don't want anybody using my stuff anymore. I've given permission. I've given the rope. I've given the lead. No one wants anything to do with this channel. I'm the bad guy. Don't post my stuff then. Don't talk about it. Don't discuss it. If you want to discuss it, come here in the live chat and we can discuss it. But I'm done. Yeah, I mean, I think she got in with the wrong crowd. She got in with the wrong crowd of people, and I think that she's been taken advantage of in certain situations. Hey, man, we're adults. We're adults here. We're adults. almost 10 o'clock at night on the East Coast. It's something that you've never heard before. Believe me, we're an adult channel. People swear. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm done fighting with all that too. This is my channel. I'll do what I want on here. I'm tired of living by everybody else's rules. You're either gonna like it here or you're not gonna like it here. I'm fucking done with everything. Fuck. Okay? There's a couple fucks for you. You don't like the language, unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, what the fuck? We're all adults. I don't care anymore. So yeah, but if you guys want to hang out, have a good time. We're gonna do the after show. We had tons of fun the other night over there. Click the link, hang out with us over there. I'll be over there in 20 minutes. We'll start the live and we will hang out. Everybody's loving it. Hazel, I'm not talking to you. You do that all the time, and you got to stop doing that stuff. If I was directing it to you, I would say Hazel. So no, I'm not talking about you. I'm gonna go. I want to get off this stream. I'm a little irritated right now. We're gonna go, but come hang out. We're gonna have some laughs and some fun. We'll be a little bit more lighthearted over there, and I'll see everybody over on the second channel. Give me about 20 minutes. We'll fire that one up. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again, Ali. Thank you for the dono. I want to go over to the top here and just recognize Micro Kim. Thank you again so much for becoming a member, and Ali Reza again with the 444. Danielle, I saw your coffee come through. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. And I will see you guys over on the second channel, LTL True Crime Rewinds. We're gonna have some fun. We had a lot of fun the other night. It was a good time. You're not gonna want to miss that. All right, everybody. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.